What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to keep clients for months on end happy and satisfied in writing raving customer reviews about your specific agency. So if you're wondering who I am, I'm Joe. Scaled my agency to 40 grand a month this year. Still have many active clients across Canada. I'm in the real estate niche. I just want to give you some tips because it is unbelievably important to, one, obviously acquire the clients you need, obviously do the outreach you need, but it is equally as important to then deliver on the promises and actually live up to the expectations you're setting on the sales call and anything you're doing relating to acquiring clients. You need to live up to that, and if not, exceed that expectation so that they can talk about you positively all the time, right? Just have a quick Notion template right here that I'm going to walk you through. And I can't stress the amount of mistakes I made when I started my agency with these type of things. And the reason is nobody is really talking about it, unfortunately. On YouTube, I haven't seen these resources being shared, so I hope you find it valuable. The first foundational tip for keeping clients for as long as possible is one of the most obvious ones, yet people don't think about it. And it's getting them a return on investment. So simple. Yet, you need a 5 to 15x ROI for raving clients. That might seem like a big range to you, but that is what you can call the happy client range. Right? And the reason I put this price to value discrepancy graph by Alex Ramosi on the screen right here is because this is exactly what happens. If you're seeing the value you're providing, obviously this is value in terms of money, and obviously it could be for other ways. You're paying for personal fitness training, you could be trading it for knowledge, right? But in this case, we're doing lead gen for companies, so they're going to be wanting to make money. That's how we're going to measure our services and how effective they are. So right here, obviously this is the 5x, let's say, return that you're getting them, and let's say it goes down, and this is the moment they cancel. That's exactly when it's breaking even with them. With the lead gen agency, if you're not making them money, they're gonna stop the service because they're not happy. So the most obvious and simple tip is you're gonna make the clients 5 to 15x ROI on their investment, whatever they're paying you. And this is going to take, again, a very thorough understanding of service delivery that you should learn and looking into whatever lead gen platform you're running ads on, because this is foundational to getting your clients to make more money with your services and, again, leave raving reviews about your agency. So the next foundational thing that relates to getting them to ROI is you must be able to track each variable to get an exact ROI for your clients you work with. You must be able to track everything. And this is the foundation of any business, is tracking numbers. And it's not shiny. It's not to make 20 grand a month every month off the bat. But that will get you there by tracking the numbers. 100%. You need metrics. You need KPI. These are foundational things, right? So you need to measure them. So I'm going to show you now how to measure the KPIs, how to measure the metrics that you're getting for your clients and the actual metrics your clients are getting for themselves. So this is super important. So you can then measure the bottlenecks in your business and as well your client's business and assist you along the way, because these are unbelievably important. If your client has a sales issue, you're sending the best quality leads possible, he's still not going to make the most out of those leads. He's still not going to get a good return on investment. So then you know it's a sales issue and you can help them with that issue. Let's say they don't call in time. You can talk to the client, have a meeting and walk them through it. These are just really important metrics. If you're not measuring these things, you cannot then talk to them about it and fix it and then get them the exceptional result, right? So I use two things when tracking metrics for clients. Is go high level, CRM. You're probably familiar with it if you're in the agency game. That's where I track all of my leads, what stage they're at, lead, appointment, deal, listing, whatever niche you're in. That's exactly where I track everything. And secondly, I'm going to show you this document. It's going to be in this description completely for free. You can just get it. So this is the exact tracker that me and my partners use to actually measure client results. And there's going to be a few stages when it comes to getting your clients great results. There's going to be the lead gen, that you generate leads for them on Facebook, Google, whatever platform you're using. There's going to be the lead nurturing, where each person usually has a little different lead nurturing systems. It could be calling them up immediately by the client. It could be you having a call center, or even you yourself calling the leads if you're a beginner, right? So these are all really, really important metrics to track, right? So obviously we have the Facebook metrics, we have the Google metrics, the CPM, CPC, cost per click, right? All of these things are really important, but then you have to know the lead nurturing system to see if you're actually doing it well or not, or if your client's doing it well or not. Super important. Lastly is the appointment, where we know if they're a good salesman or not. If they're getting appointments, they can't close anything, they're complaining about the sales systems they have, you know it's a sales issue. And then you can continue to implement that and get the feedback from your clients to make your service better. So you have the show rate, you have the cancel show, all these things, right? So this is super important. And lastly, this is like the golden number right here, right? And it's the return. And that's exactly what I just mentioned. You need to know exactly how much ROI you're getting them for every single client, right? So you have the profit they're making. What is the return in percentage? 150%, 200%, 500%. 500% is like amazing, by the way. I know many people I'm working with that getting that number. It's like that is like amazing. Again, that's pretty much 5x. And then return X multipliers there as well. Then you'll have the lead tracker, lead database. So this is going to be free in the description for you just to use. It's a really good spreadsheet, and I just want to make it super obvious. If you're talking about client retention, we cannot not talk about the basics that comes with keeping clients for a long time. So basic, yet people are going to stay if you're making them money. And again, I'm going to share now a few smaller things, but you're talking about retention, that's it. Continue providing value. Number one thing, right? All right, next is expectation setting. So again, not many people talk about this. It is super key to do this. This is probably one of my first mistakes I made when I was starting agency a few months in. And it's not setting firm in stone expectations when things are going to happen, when you're going to see this result, right? So do you know the best way to disappoint a client? Do you know the best way to have a client churn, like have horrible retention, is setting unrealistic expectations and not meeting them? If you're a business who cannot deliver on the promises that you're providing for your clients, you're not going to do well. You're not going to have good reviews. You need to set the proper expectations for your clients and deliver that expectation, if not exceed it. If you want raving customers, you exceed it. That's why in previous videos I've talked about if you're ever going to set a guarantee in place with your business, if you're going to ever, let's say, have something in the contract where you guarantee this or this will happen, you need to know that 100% you're going to hit it. And if not, you're going to exceed it by a lot. Because it's the exceeding of that guarantee is going to make them rave about you and refer other people, right? So super good stuff. And I'm going to give some examples. So give a time frame. Expectation. When can they expect for X thing to happen? When are they going to get onboarded to the CRM? When are they going to get an email invite? When are their ads going to run? When are you going to do the onboarding call? Then next, when are they going to start seeing the results promised? When are they going to see the exact promised result that you told them about come, let's say, to their CRM or sending messages to their phone that they have new leads, right? So what's an estimate on that date? Like when are they going to have that? So what about deals? First deal? Well, when do you think the first deal is going to come in, right? So by you setting these expectations, you're going to sign clients easier, first of all, because like you can pretty much say with certainty that you've done this before, and you can then talk to more potential prospects or potential clients and then give them that exact statistic and the expectation. But then again, like you're going to have raving customers when you actually meet that expectation you set, because they're going to be blown away. This guy is actually a man of his word or woman, and they're actually going to do the thing they're saying. So super important. One last expectation I didn't actually list here, and it's kind of a niche lead gen expectation. If any of you are doing a lead gen agency, which I think most of my viewers are, lead generation for local businesses is usually the one, you're probably going to set the expectation that the advertising is going to get better as it goes. And this is kind of an uncommon expectation, but I found it's a cheat code for getting people to be patient. Because the big thing about advertising, with some niches being worse than others in this case, is that some niches have massive ticket sizes, are hard to get leads, and are probably going to take a long time. So if you sign someone up in a program and you set the expectation that you're going to get 10 leads for them in the first week when you don't even know if the system's going to work or not, it might be the wrong expectation. And maybe if you can do that, it's fantastic. But I know that probably with me, I need to adapt to every single city I run ads in. I need to adapt to exactly what's working, what metrics they're getting. Like, do we need to fix something after we do something? If we run the ads, something going wrong? These things always happen, right? Like, I'm not going to ignore, I'm not perfect with clients. But the best thing is you then learn from the mistakes and you get a better service by every mistake you make. And by every metric you get back from the clients, you then can literally improve on every time and then just get a better service delivery system for all of your clients. So super key. Again, like the more time it takes to get data back from the ads, like it's just going to be better results. So I always set summarizing what I just said, the expectation that the ads and the leads coming through and the quality and everything with our service is going to get better like after the first month or two. Because again, we need to learn from the feedback of the ads. Really important. Really important. All right, so next I'm going to share with you a workflow I have when a real estate client comes in, and there's a philosophy behind this, right? And the philosophy is we want to get them as many quick wins as possible, as fast as possible, right? And the difficult part about any agency with a high ticket size, which I'm in the real estate niche, so it is a high ticket size. It's going to be obviously with that high ticket size, less leads coming through the door every month or every day. And it might take weeks or months for a listing to actually get sold in the market, right? That's how the real estate market works. Like you can put something on the market in one area and get it sold in a week when another area is going to take many, many months, right? So it's a very, very delayed result for anything you get your clients. So it's very difficult with these high ticket, big ticket niches to then get them a really quick result for anything, because it is going to take a long time. Like if they invest $5,000 to a program, and the first result doesn't come for 2 months, they're going to be sitting there for 2 months like, I really hope I get my money back. I really hope I get my money back. So it's just really important that you give them some value up front and reaffirm the decision that they made investing. So there's a quick example with this where most weight loss, let's say coaches or gyms who are coaching someone to lose weight, kind of a cool psychology thing with this is that you need something to reinforce the behavior and to get the client to see that they're winning. A lot of people will put their clients trying to lose weight on a extreme weight loss diet for the first 2 weeks. And again, this is not sustainable long-term at all. Like we don't want to do that for a year. But what it does is reinforces the behavior and the confirmation that they're going to lose weight and are losing weight. Because on that extremely restrictive diet, they are going to lose weight. And Joe, why are you mentioning weight loss in this case scenario? We need to get them a quick win as fast as possible, very similar to the example I just gave. We need to see the progress as fast as possible. Oh, this guy got a new real estate sales script. He gave me a new sales script. I can use this for my clients starting tomorrow. Like we need that dopamine hit in our clients right away to reinforce that decision to buy, and again, be resilient until the results come through, because sometimes it takes weeks, like I said. So this is just a quick win that I try to give my clients when they sign. And this is just a Zapier automation. It's an automation software. You go into Zapier and you ask it to make this automation. Super easy. So just get the payment in and send it to email. And I send this following email, right? And if you want to read it real quick, is just walking them through the next few weeks kind of the program. And as well, I'm giving them the client resources and the invite to the CRM as fast as possible, right? So notice I say next few days. It's going to be literally as fast as I can. I say a few days here just in case something happens, some emergency. It's usually within 24 hours. So again, they get access to client resources. They get that dopamine hit of new valuable resources for their real estate business. And I want to just give them as fast results as possible, anything to get them to reinforce that decision, right? And that's just an example script. Don't copy it. Just get an idea of some quick wins you can use for your clients when they sign. Next thing, and it's a really important thing, is client communication. And my philosophy when it comes to this is we should always over-communicate rather than under-communicate. And I cannot talk about the amount of agencies who struggle with this when it's an unbelievably simple fix. It's just communicating with them more and keeping them updated on what's going on. Do you know how to get a client to churn? Again, I like using inverse syncing by Charlie Munger. You flip the thing on its head to get what not to do, so then you don't do it. Do you want to get someone to churn? Ghost them the first few weeks when they sign. Do leave them on red for days. It's a perfect way to get people to leave your agency. Like perfect. So you want to over-communicate. You want to let them know absolutely everything you're doing. You want to make the perception there that you're working really, really hard on the business at all times. So anything you're working on, I let the client know through email or WhatsApp. If you're getting to 40, 50K a month, you probably are going to have a CSM, and the CSM, Client Success Manager, is probably going to let them know as well that that thing's happening, not you, but that's something else. And these are just some examples. Like, let's say we have Matt as a client. I just let you know that the CRM invite's coming to your email and just letting them know. But just literally, like, how are you finding things with leads? We can make adjustments on advertising on our end with the feedback. And this gives the impression that this person is really on it. He's texting me all the time with all of the work that he's doing. And they can see the work that's being done in the background at all times. Contrast that with, I have no idea what he's doing. He's just sitting around all week and setting up some ads, getting paid thousands, and sitting back and doing nothing. And I'm not hearing from him. And we want to avoid this previous impression at all costs. The recipe for disputes and a bad reputation for your agency. If you want bad reviews everywhere, it's the way to do it. And I can't stress the importance of this. Even if you're still learning and not delivering exceptional results, clients will stay with you because you're continually learning and being friendly. So I've heard a quote from Hermosi recently, but it's easier to break off from a service with an agency rather than a relationship. If you build a relationship with the client and they really like you, it's going to be much harder for them to churn or cancel. And obviously, there's going to be some clients that you'd rather not work with. There's going to be personalities, completely understood. But just try being friendly to them. Try being understanding. There's a lot of clients who are actually like, I would be friends with in real life that are in real estate, like completely, right? So try to build a friendship with your clients, be in constant communication. The last thing is an onboarding form or an onboarding call. And this is just an optional but recommended step for your first few clients is an onboarding call. And I've changed my opinions about this recently. I'd probably recommend an onboarding call really any step of my agency or your agency. If you're 100 grand a month, you might probably consider an onboarding call. And what I've learned, and Alex Hermosi did a study with, not a study, but a kind of analysis of his top performing companies in his portfolio in terms of churn. And the ones who had onboarding calls had a massive, massive benefit when it comes to keeping clients for longer with a simple onboarding call. Like simple, right? And obviously that's going to get them better results too because you're going to develop a relationship. You can set clear, super clear expectations for your clients. So these are two options, right? If you don't want to do that onboarding call and you don't want to do that, you can do an onboarding form, completely fine. I have an example onboarding form here. I'll open up here. And this is exactly my onboarding form. I used it for a while. And I really switched this back to an onboarding call. So if I was going to tell you something to do, I would go back to an onboarding call. Here again, you just need phone number and what email, what cities, and all these things. Is a headshot that we need to run the ads, and just basically anything you need in terms of the information from them. You'll get this on the onboarding form or the onboarding call, or you could do both where they fill an onboarding form and you go on the onboarding call with the information from the form. So this is just some small micro things, but it's super important. And the expectations that I just ran you through that you might consider trying when it comes to your clients, you're going to set the expectations and solidify them on this onboarding call. Because you can, again, set expectations of what the program's going to entail on the sales call, but they'll probably forget and it won't be that clear. Maybe they'll think you're going to provide more results than you say, or whatever. It's just really important to double down on emphasizing these expectations that you set. Unbelievably important. And this changed things a lot for me in my agency when I clearly set these expectations. What's going to happen on this date? This is the progression we're going to walk you through. This month, this thing's going to happen. What can you expect in 3 months? This thing's going to happen, right? Are we going to adjust anything along the way? It's probably likely. So setting those expectations are fantastic. So that wraps up this video. And honestly, if I was to summarize all of this in one big, like, too long, TLDR, didn't read type thing, you need to get them an ROI. You need to get your service delivery on point, right? You can be mediocre at the rest if the clients see money rolling in their bank account every single week from your services. That's the truth, right? The other things are a massive bonus that if you have a good service already and you pair it with the tips I give you here, it's going to be great for you. You're going to kill it, right? So hope this was helpful for you guys. If you want this document, I'm going to put it in my free community. It's on School, so just join that. It's completely free. You can get that in the description, and like and subscribe as well if you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. See you later. Goodbye.